You're joking. I'm a 41-year-old unk on a challenge to reach high elo or even radiant in Valorant, and this episode is all or nothing. If I don't reach diamond by the end of this challenge is over. I've been stuck in plat for far too long, going up and down the ranks, and I need some proof that there's hope for this challenge. There's hope for me, that there's hope for this channel, or I have to call it quits and stop wasting everyone's time. If you're new here, you might want to start from the first episode of the series, but to recap recent events, last episode after reaching platinum before that, I struggled a lot to make any kind of real progress and bounced back and forth between plat 1 and 2, and by the end of the episode I finally was able to reach plat 3. I was hoping this time would be different. I was able to be more consistent even with holidays and such still making it harder, but what I got instead was the same old and even a journey backwards, really, down the ranks rather. To be clear, I went down and up and then down again, but every time I got close to ranking up I just couldn't compete in those lobbies. Eventually, I actually nearly dropped back to plat 1. I was plat 2 0 RR. So, I was just left wondering if this is actually going to work, or am I just too stupid and not mechanically good enough for this challenge? So, I decided to give myself a deadline, like an ultimatum. I'm not going to be specific about the deadline, but I don't want to be turning 42 and still be platinum and still keep going as if this is going somewhere. So if I'm not diamond within a few weeks, then this challenge is over. I wanted to give myself enough time, but not too much time, so that I should be able to get there, or then just conclude that this is not worth it. It's not worth the effort, and it's not worth your time either. So I moved on with simplicity, keeping the routine basic rather, with a good consistent warm-up, but feeling when I'm ready to start matches rather than just being robotic. Minimal distractions and extra anything really. I also had a bit of a peace of mind perhaps, in the sense that either this is going to work or I can move on. It felt like less pressure rather than more. Eventually, I did make my way back up to plat 3, but was still going up and down. There were 3 things I was focusing on improving the most: comms, my mental, and sleep and energy, mental energy. I'm fully aware of my issues in aim discipline and spraying and bad movement and certainly stupid decisions, but I felt like comms and mental were the things that I could easily change right now, and sleep and proper eating, walking, etc. was something I could improve outside the game right now. I didn't ignore the other issues, but those were the easy changes I could make. You can only focus on so many things at once. I do have like a warm-up routine now that includes hard bots as well, because I felt the need to be a bit more prepared in terms of flicks and just that kind of quick reaction thing overall. So the new warm-up I stuck to consistently, but also didn't ever let it become overwhelming. So I didn't tire myself with the warm-up too much before entering matches, which fatigue I think gets to me quite quickly, so I found that to be an issue that I need to fix. And for the most part, it worked okay. I was able to be a bit more positive overall, had loads of fun matches with fun teams, and when I didn't have fun teams, I just commed as well as I could. Team was quiet, but I would just do my part. My stats generally were still pretty depressing, but I don't know, I just decided not to focus on that too much. Then I finally got to plat 3, 85 RR or something like that. So I knew the next match could potentially be diamond. I went into that match focused. I tried to stay calm, did the comms as well as I could. When things weren't going that well, I even closed my eyes, took some deep breaths, and I don't know, just tried to manage my emotions and whatever. But yeah, I was absolutely crushed. I wasn't even close to good enough, to be honest. And despite a good attack half from my team, this was on scent, we lost the match 11-13, and I was 158 ACS, 0.6 KD on the duelist. So yeah, it was bad. I lost 19 RR and was back down to nearly mid-plat 3-ish. In hindsight, I probably let the weight of the moment affect me a bit too much. I definitely was nervous and probably shouldn't have played that match as the third match of the day, knowing the pressure it would create. But I decided not to worry too much. I know my deadline, it is what it is. At least I got close. Just play on and see what happens. I knew that I had some busy days coming up, so I was going to try and make the best of each match I was able to play. The next match was on Split, which I feel pretty comfortable playing, so I was hoping things would go well. And while my own gameplay wasn't great, we did win the match, so we got back in range of ranking up again. The next match was going to be after an extended weekend break, though, so like I said, I had limited time, but I was determined to make the most of it. So each match I would play, I would just give it my everything, do proper warm-up, make sure that I was ready. Yeah, like I said, I was back in the rank up range, so if I played well, I could get diamond. This time, the match was far more relaxed. I was able to stay positive. I comped decently well. I didn't feel the nerves, didn't get any shakes or anything like that. Unfortunately, I messed up the audio on these captures, so you don't hear the comps, but everything was feeling fine. Once again, I didn't really play that great, but there were some moments that were some sort of key moments that I was able to pull off, and I definitely didn't feel as out of place as in the Ascent match before. So I'm just going to talk you through this potential rank up match here. Here we're just sort of taking the site. I struggled a little bit in post plants, trying to figure out what to do, but or where to go, who to play with, etc. But here it was all pretty straightforward. This guy got killed, so I'm trying to flank. Honestly, just probably should have ran. Next round, I'm flashing this left corner here because there's quite often somebody there, but I almost got caught out on my side here. I don't know what we're doing, but I certainly should have been out at this point before, or with the team rather. If I can't flash, then just why am I staying in the smoke waiting? It makes no sense. But yeah, we pulled it off. 2-0 start. That was a very positive start. Here I'm just sort of trying to get lucky, which doesn't work out. My guys are fighting alone, and probably doesn't make sense that I'm alone all the way back. But yeah, just a bad round overall, I think, from everybody, to be honest, but certainly I should have been near the front rather than the back. So this round I kind of trying to respond to that and actually like push in first, beat duelist, gain space, but they had a good setup. I'm really bad at shooting util. That's one of my weaknesses for sure. Getting rid of util for entries. Here there's probably some comms going on about where we're going, where we're rotating to, so I don't know, I was just a bit wary. Yeah, we got a plant, got sort of a free kill on site on B, but I got kind of insta headshot there, and yeah, that's sad. I'm trying to farm orbs, and of course I'm trying to look at all the flashes directly. But yeah, I got my ult here, pushing the smoke. Not great, to be honest, but hey, got the job done.
One enemy remaining.
And then I was just holding the direction that I saw the enemy in. Obviously calmed the enemy as well, calmed the ult as well. I'm just trying to always calm in this match what I'm doing. I'm trying to fight with the Reyna. Just kind of holding one side so I don't have to like flick a lot, but yeah, didn't really work out. And I'm gonna sort of hold them back a little bit. I can't believe they're actually pushing this, but yep, W Gaming. And yeah, here they come. Again, can't turn any flashes at all. Unfortunately, we reload at the same time. I ran out of bullets. I don't know what happened. Maybe the same for him, but a good timing for the mix there. Pretty bonkers. I mean, unless he took the timing on the sound cue of reloads, probably. Here's one of many times I got sort of cancelled by the opponent Phoenix. I don't know, I just like, I should have used duty there. Again, another flash I don't turn away from. This corner doesn't get cleared very often, so I'm trying to always be the one who clears it. This time we're going tree. The thing is, I'm trying to be one of the first out, but then it feels very difficult for me to follow sometimes very aggressive plays. Like, I can manage with some aggression, but the kind of like sort of we're just Wing in is very hard for me.
One enemy remaining.
So I'm trying to jump peek. I don't know if that did anything, to be honest, but that's another thing I've been trying to do more of, is jump peek before peeking, so I'm not just doing like dry peeks, which I used to do all the time. A pretty good start here actually, but this is where it starts to crumble a little bit. Unfortunately it's just not like, we're just not quite hitting our shots, I suppose. Oh, I dodged one. Didn't dodge that one. Here again, I'm actually calming that I'm gonna ult, and then where I'm ulting from and where I'm gonna go, which works out all right. And I can push this smoke. I don't know what this rain is doing, but yeah, I got one. Actually, decent sort of firefight there with the Phoenix. And that's pretty much it. That round's won, unless we start running around like morons, which does happen, of course, but yeah. So I called the ult and gave us a plan, and then it worked out. It doesn't always go that way, but I think that's a good thing. So here I'm trying to jump peek again, but I'm not thinking about this timing at all. So I just did not expect anyone to be there, and it just felt impossible to me. But yeah, stupid, but you know, things happen, you learn. We switch sides, and 6 on attack. It's not great, to be honest, but this pissed around. Yeah, I just thought I'm gonna get the info so that we can quick rotate somewhere else if they're not there. And then I assumed they're probably not there, even though it looks like I'm kind of peeking properly, sort of, but I wasn't actually ready in my head. Yeah, so pissed around then. I mean, eco round. Just again trying to get some info early on, and it doesn't work out. They get through to A. So here I'm coming to my Reyna that I'm gonna flash and push in, and we do. But then I don't know, Reyna just left. Not that. I don't know if we actually would have got anyone anyway, but still. This next round is a bonus, so we should win this, obviously. Just weren't really clear what the hell was going on this whole round, to be honest. And so we were just kind of ended up rotating back and forth. But our fade was just hard carrying and killing everybody, so it didn't matter. Risky to wait there with a molly, but I guess I was sort of trying to wait for the fade util to hit, or at least be a bit closer. Here we have a pretty good presence on A, and they're very clearly pushing here, so this is slightly easier to kind of respond to. Kind of risky waiting, but I'm trying to catch a timing, and I do, so that's nice. I still think there might be somebody in trees, so I want to clear this. We use a double flash there, which is can be good sometimes actually, but yeah, probably a waste in that. But yeah, good win. I think that round worked out really well. I think this whole match, my reads were a bit like it was hard to read the opponent team from my perspective anyway. It felt like, okay, I want to play with my teammates. Nobody's going A. I don't want to go A alone. Like, it's just a disaster. The info, of course, is important, but I also don't want to be the furthest possible away from my teammates, because, you know, you just end up in a bad place quite often. So here, everyone rotates. I'm kind of suspicious of, like, I've seen this before, and this team, maybe this team, how they behave as well. But yeah, eventually I end up sort of thinking of rotating as well, but still a bit suspicious.
30 seconds left.
But I never expected the chamber to be this close, and then I flashed myself, which has started to happen quite a lot. Maybe it's because I'm too comfy with, I'm trying to push this sort of peak a little bit too much. But I got the info. I played a little bit of time, I suppose. Not really, but my team carried that round, and so we win it. Actually, not a bad start for this defense half. Usually, I think Lotus is favoring attackers, but wasn't really the case so much in this match.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Here, I want to shoot the trip, because if I just leave it there, they know that no one's there. But I choose to not go through that direction, the flank, and instead go to my teammates, which I think worked out this time. They probably gave bad info to Mix.
Spike down. Defender spawn.
Now I'm just trying to play the spike.
One
But
enemy remaining.
once again, timing.
Player standing.
I did not expect the Phoenix to push through it, and so I mess it up. Luckily, Brim had us covered. Very interesting ult from the Brim in this whole match. I don't know, maybe I don't know Brim very well or something, but it sure seemed like some of the ults were dodgy.
Come on, let's go.
So I tried to ult here. Maybe the ult was a bit early,
Spike planted.
but I think we had one heaven, and so I thought it was necessary. So here I just want to regroup with my team. I feel like quite often I go solo and then nobody can trade me, etc. It's not very good. So I just wanted to play with my teammate. Unfortunately, they get a spam there, and I don't know. There was someone still treeing. It was just a bit of a mess. But to be honest, Sky ult really caught us off guard. I don't know how it was. It close, or did it just anyway? I don't like the smoke here. It looks like somebody might be in it, so I molly it. And I don't know what's happening. We ulted, so okay. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can go in now. But it was a bit late, to be honest. Here, the Mix ult. I'm trying to flash the smoke, and now I'm just splashing to try and help the stick. And I guess it worked. I don't know. I might have just flashed my teammates, to be honest, but I just thought, if I flash, we're sticking, they just ulted, they're very likely to push. So that was my thinking. Here, I just kind of root to the wrong direction, and that catches me off guard. Otherwise, it was okay. I probably should have tried, after I flashed, I tried to time the ult to flash the ult, the opponent Phoenix ult. And I did get that, but it just, then I just sort of strafed to the wrong direction. I should have escaped the other way, waterfall. This round, I'm just farming orbs again, doing some weird stuff. We're on an eco round here, so... But it's going well, so I'm ulting. And here, I only hear the first part. I only heard the like one enemy remaining part, and then I'm just like, okay, and somebody combed that full stick or something like that, and then I'm like, okay, my teammate's sticking it or something, and so I'm just trying to play time, and I don't realize that I'm the last one alive. That's and here I'm coming like, oh my god, that was so stupid. I'm such a dumbass. Knowing how well Fade has been playing, I drop her the gun, taking Stinger instead. Not a duo or anything, I just thought, you know, this is necessary.
Careful now.
Here I'm trying to calm a flash, but and not flash my teammate, and they still push this, and yeah, it turns out it was good to be with our top fragging agent in this case. I don't know, it was a surprising win, I suppose, for us. The teammates were actually quite nice and encouraging in chat. So then we're into a crucial round, match point, but I don't think we had the read very well, so A was completely open.
Careful now.
I should have probably had that one, but we're trying to retake. Unfortunately, the timing the chamber takes is very good, and I just wasn't ready for it. I don't know, like, I felt like it needed to clear the drop itself, and that's the timing the chamber pushed out on. So yeah, risky from the chamber, but also worked out really well. So we're going overtime, and I think my mentality was just right, I'm just gonna create space, I'm gonna like be aggressive, which I do here, and no matter what happens, because I've been kind of lagging behind the team too much, or I did lag behind the team too much on our attack half, and I thought I didn't gain enough ground. So that's all I really wanted to do.
Going up.
And then again, the post plan is a little bit like, should I have gone for more space or something? But hey, it works out. The Fade got the flank, and then I traded the Brim. So match point.
Careful now.
Again, a bit of a risky move there, but we tagged Chamber. If I killed Chamber there, I think that might honestly be the round covered. Again, an interesting ult from the Brim, but I guess maybe he had some info. And also he's just Odin'd everybody, so this round's already looking very good. And this match now I'm feeling, okay, I think we won. And then this happens. And now I'm thinking, oh crap, on Lotus, there's no way we can have this map control. I probably should be holding B, because we have Fade C, we have Reyna A, and someone could right now be lurking through B, and I'm just sort of giving them that space.
One enemy remaining. Spike down
But
A.
luckily Reyna has that covered, and now there's no time, so that's it. And yes, we were able to pull it off thanks to our Fade hard carrying. You're joking. And I couldn't believe it. 99 RR. It was so close. It just felt bad, man. But yeah, it was just one of those. Sure, makes sense. That said, I was just thinking to myself, if I didn't throw that one fight, start spraying in that last round, or so many of these against the opponent Phoenix in the first half, I just gave free kills so many times. Yeah, if I played better, I'd now be a diamond. But yeah, nope, didn't happen. I still had some time left though, before my deadline, so I didn't despair too much or anything. Next day then, I'd give it another shot. This time, 99 RR, I just need a win. It doesn't matter how bad I play, as long as we win. So I was definitely a bit more nervous, actually, because of that maybe. Because it was fully binary, like yes or no, rank up or no rank up. So again, I'm trying to do good comms and be positive, and this time maybe a little bit more aggressive. So I'm calming this push with Jet, and then calming that flash as well. And obviously on Pearl, I think I want to be getting that ult orb if I can. We're just pretty much fast rotating here off of the info that nobody was A. So they could have been pushing B, mid, I suppose, but we also saw things going on B. So yeah, we end up winning the pistol. Very good. The second round, we're getting flanked by this clove, and I should be with my fade right now, but she's got it covered. Except not in this case. And here again, I should have gone with my fade instead. I just don't like pushing out from heaven. So I went CT instead, and stupid decision, to be honest. Almost through that round. So then we're on bonus. They obviously have far better guns, and I get the Reyna, and I'm clearing this, and then I probably should have had one there, but I think I got caught off guard a little bit by how many there were. So too many targets, I couldn't handle it, and then I just tried to get away and get a heal, waste their time a little bit, get rotations. Also, Chamber was rotating. Unfortunately, he dies there. I probably, if I was here before with him, then there's a good chance he could have had somebody. So maybe I should have done that. Again, coming this push for Jet, coming flash, and we push this, and trust my Jet there to defend the ult orb. And yep, kind of turned into a weird round. In the mid round, everybody just kept dying, etc.
One enemy remaining.
So here, I didn't expect the Jet to die, I'm honest, if I'm honest, but even more so, I did not expect the Vice to just push. And yeah, then I whiff. When you're not ready, you whiff a lot, or at least I do.
Face your fear!
So we don't have A covered, and I think I might have not wanted to go there because nobody else was going, and it's just in my experience, I just keep dying a lot if I go somewhere alone. But here, I wanted to ult to help the team gain some ground, and then we just kind of, I don't know, we just sort of forged through this round, got a thrifty, and sometimes it works out. This time it worked out. I think it was probably Jet or Fade or somebody who made it happen.
Get out of my way!
And again, in this case, I was trying to play mid doors because it's quick rotations from that location, and meanwhile Jet was taking care of everything. So
one enemy remaining.
Even after the info, and when I push, there's really not much to do. There's just this Vice left.
Watch your eyes.
And yep, I'll get her in the end here. And decent round. Now I'm mid doors again for the same reason. Trying to sort of cover for, I mean, any mid push, but also it's very quick to rotate from here, and it's kind of a crucial position because this is where you can be split as a team. That's how I'm thinking. I saw a lot of them on the minimap. I flash and then try and I don't really know why I mollied instead of just like gun swinging. And in this case, I was actually looking at the minimap before I swung and thinking, okay, Jet's there. There's nobody there. I can just I can join them sort of. And then the Fade was there, so I did not take good enough care in how I was sort of observing the minimap in terms of like where the Jet could actually see. So in this match, I feel like I flashed myself 1700 times. So there was one. I think in this round, I'm flashing myself twice. So that's something I need to work on because that should never happen.
Last player standing.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get ahead of the curve, or like follow the curve, because that gives you the best timing for the flash. But yeah, I'm left alone in this case. They kind of just worked the map, I suppose, and then I'm not finding anybody. I'm trying to be very meticulous here in how I clear stuff. Probably ran out of time as well a little bit, but they're not giving me anything, so This was a pretty good round from them, I think.
Careful now.
Trying to molly that so I can half, then I get flashed, which I could have dodged, but I didn't. It's something I need to actually learn, because holy Jesus. Anyway, here I'm just waiting too long. I'm just letting the jet get all the fighting done. I don't know why I waited that long. I guess I was trying to flash out of... Every time I'm exiting a smoke, I'm thinking of, should I flash? But my teammate was already there, so it doesn't make any sense. Here we sort of guessed correctly that they're going to be going B this round. But there is mid presence. I get a bit confused by that, but then I'm like, okay, no, I need to be on B. I need to be on the site. And so I go back.
Face your fear.
Here I probably could have avoided this by going elbow. This ult. But I just can't think in the moment. And I don't expect the jet to already be there, even though I did think about I really did try to stay calm and just sort of think about the where the jet is, because she'd throw the smokes and then probably dashed in, etc. But I somehow I still was not expecting her there. And another round, everybody just dies. I don't really know what happened, to be honest. I mean, Jet pushed hard, but she's been very good, so there's a good reason, I guess, for her. But maybe she didn't expect whatever happened there. I don't know. But now I'm just trying to, like, I told myself, okay, play deathmatch. But when I tell myself that, things do go a little bit better. And this vice just toyed with me. It was a bit humiliating.
Get out of my way.
But yeah, I was probably not going to win that, but I gave it a good shot. Here I do a rare sort of push with an ult before there's a retake. Usually I like to use the ult for retake only. I just think it's more sort of it gives you more value that way, because retakes can be tricky, especially if you've lost a lot of your util, and so the Phoenix ult is kind of like a free drone that can kill people. So that's what I'm trying to do. Here I'm trying to cover the... I don't really know why. I guess the Clove had been lurking a lot and actually flanking us. And also, I guess that's where she is or something, because that is where she is. Maybe I was expecting Clove to kind of wrap around or something. But regardless, I actually thought I was the last one alive in that. This sort of thing seems to happen quite a bit. I thought I was the last one alive, and so that I just pushed it instead of waiting for the chamber, which is what I should have done. The next half, I calm this strategy. I'm just like, I'm gonna wall here, I'm gonna flash here, I'm gonna push here. Fortunately get our jet immediately, but I at least I trade the jet, and well, I did everything I said I was going to do, and I think because people confirmed it, I was expecting them to sort of go along with the plan, and I suppose to an extent they did, but they certainly are pushing in more than I expected. Here I was just expecting a bit more sort of opposition, so I stayed back a little more, or like wanted to clear it a bit more carefully. I didn't do the wall because everyone was already in, or a few players were already in, and yeah, I mean, almost got caught off guard by the Reyna.
One enemy remaining.
But yeah, it all works out in the end, and I finished the round fine. So right now, 8-6, attack half. Pearl, I feel like we're feeling good. There's a very good chance of a win here. Our players are shooting, and the Jet's playing well. Here, I'm trying to farm the orb again. I want a molly, and somehow I got a kill off of that molly. yeah, that was surprising. Maybe she was behind the corner there, but I think in the post statistics thing, it shows one damage done or something like that, which is crazy. Anyway, here I was trying to go with my fade, but then we heard this person on A, and I did comment, but the fade just still left. But I was like, okay, I can't go with that, like that far away or something. So I just stayed there. It was a bit risky because I was giving 1v1s instead of being with the fade, but the fade went quite far. And honestly, at that point, I was staring at my crosshair rather than the minimap.
Careful now.
And then here's another push round. I don't really know what happened in this
One
case. We
enemy
just sort of,
remaining.
my teammates just sort of won the round for me. W gaming. Next round, I'm not very careful in clearing anything anymore at this point because we're just going in so fast.
Ready. Come on, let's go.
And I misjudged this wall, so my ult is pointless. Now I'm not really sure what to do. I'm trying to cover one side for chamber. Didn't really work. Get one kill. Probably shouldn't be standing here util in hand, but I'm trying to listen for timing, and I do, but I just whiff, and then they also double peek, which is good for them. Here I'm going for the ult orb and making some noise, trying to not really fake, but just show some presence. And I end up getting 2 orbs just off of
One
farming them,
enemy remaining.
which I think is very good.
Spike down B.
Careful now.
They were pinging this, so I didn't actually see the jet, I think, but that turned out fine. Again, the team did most of the heavy lifting there, but yeah. My team's already in. Maybe I should have just left the orb and been faster in, but I'm sort of trying my best to balance their craziness and my own sort of, I want to clear this angle and that angle.
Going up. Watch your eyes.
That's a bad flash, actually. It should have been higher up, probably, but I got the kill anyway. And yeah, it's just a good execute off of mostly the other players again. But I have my ult again, which I think I did a good job of like getting my ults here.
Come on, let's go.
And I also did a very good job of flashing myself loads. But here I'm trying to throw the molly just to cover an angle so that the jet or the fade would know that, okay, there can't be anybody there. And then now we've already pushed in. We're all here in art. I'm avoiding the ult, obviously. I'm trying to use this wall as like a smoke, but now we're getting a bit hesitant. So I guess we're just waiting for the flank. And I get the clove there. And then, yeah, this jet just kind of... It would have been... If I got that kill, that would have been the job done.
Enemy remaining.
But it wasn't to be this time. But my team had my back, and yes, we finally got it. Oh my god, it's been a long journey, man. And not that Diamond is even high elo or anything, but it's just... I don't know, it's tried my faith a little bit. And once again, I messed up the audio, so you don't hear my reaction. So the one time I messed up the recording, then it's this moment. Well, anyway, so here's a reconstruction of how it roughly went. Yeah. Finally. Yes. I don't know. It was something like that. So here we are. I won't have to quit. I put my back against the wall and got to Diamond eventually before hitting 42 years old as well. I feel like this was a big one in some ways because, I don't know, it's just something about it was about proving something to myself that I can actually get to Diamond. And of course, you get a bit more protection against ranking down. I don't know, like, does that matter? I still expect to rank down, to be honest, but I feel like I can sort of take this one step more seriously now. It's not like I reached something amazing, but I feel like I can take the next few steps sort of a bit more seriously. And so what are those steps? Well, I would like you guys to give me ideas and thoughts, but my current plan is to add a bit of the mechanics training back into the routine, but outside of the usual playtime. So I don't want it to wear me down too much. I don't want it to take time away of playing matches, which I'm still trying to just fit in, but just a little bit of planned training on days I wouldn't be playing, and maybe some evenings here and there, because you can sort of do that for 20 minutes or something like that quite easily. So on top of that, I am considering getting coached, and I have been in touch with a coach named Pendragon, Calm Aim Master Dude. So I might make that into a video or a series even. It's tough to balance time because I still need to play matches, but I do want to make more content. And I do feel like I need to take some further steps to actually get out of Diamond. If Platinum was this hard, then I can't just keep doing the same thing. So I'll try and see what I can fit in. All that said, hey, we got here. Got to Diamond, finally. And next up is trying to climb up to Ascendant. To me, that's already fairly high elo, personally, but really my goal in that regard would be Immortal. One step at a time though. So Ascendant next, or well, Diamond 2 next, but you know, Ascendant is the next goal. So I want to thank you all for all the tips, comments, and support. It means a lot. There's a lot of encouragement, a lot of tips and ideas. So keep commenting, keep giving me those ideas on what to do and how to improve. And until next one, Unk out.